Greetings, 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 and welcome to another exciting and informative episode of Caribbean Classroom. Tonight's program is one, please, I'm telling you now, get pencil and paper because it's an informational program. A lot of information starting at the very beginning. I have a whole lot of announcements for you. Tonight is about finance and financial literacy. What do you know about money? How much of your money is really working for you? Do you know how to make your money work for you? And those kinds of questions are what we'll be talking about tonight. I got two guests with me who will help make that happen. So call somebody right now and let them know that we're on the air and we're talking about money. All of us have money. You know, some have more than others, you know, but not all of us know how to manage it. Not all of us know what to do with it, how to save it, all of that stuff. So tonight, hopefully, we're going to get deep into some of these kind of areas, and after the hour is over, we hope that you would be a lot more informed. You might not jump out and actually fix everything right away, but at least you will be a little bit more informed than you are right now. I had to start out with my friend who was on the show last month. She got called, so to speak. Well, two of the guests who were here last month, both of them with myself, were written about in the Sunday Daily News, the Caribbean. Gerard McAllister did a nice little write-up. The Art of Color by Solange. There was a reception for her at the embassy, not the embassy, but at the Grenada Mission, and where several, I think the ambassador told me, over 40 diplomats from about 40 different countries were present at the closing ceremony of her exhibition that was there. And quite as it's kept, the exhibition went in there was just for February as to celebrate independence, Grenada's independence. And it is still there today, and I think this weekend is the last that we're going to be having it up on the wall. So I have to say thank you to Derek James, the UN rep. He is the ambassador for, oh God, the title changes every day. But he's the diasporic ambassador. Grenada is the only country that has an ambassador for diasporic affairs. And then, of course, Dr. Dennis Antwine, who is the Grenada UN representative at the United Nations.
As I welcome you to this very intimate evening to mark the close of a 3-month-long remarkable exhibition of the work done by Grenada's outstanding artist, I would call her name Solange Robert, who will be introduced soon. She came direct from Grenada.
And then, of course, the new tourism, well, she's the old tourism officer who's been brought back to New York, and she's now the new tourism officer, Kristen Noel Hosford.
At the Grenada Tourism Authority, we recognize the importance of visual arts to the development of a sustainable tourism sector. Arts and culture contribute significantly to Grenada's economy, and it is essential to collaborate with artists such as Solange to use the art form as a platform to preserve and share our history and cultural heritage with our nationals and visitors alike.
I have to make a little boast here because, I mean, nice things are happening to me. I'm not seeing the dollars, but nice things are happening to me. The Grenada, Carriacou, and PT Martinique New York Adventist organization recently, they had the gala, the gala, Evening of Elegance and the gala benefit, right? Mm-hmm. So the Grenada, Carriacou, and PT Martinique Adventist organization in New York decided they're going to give me this beautiful trophy with Caribbean Classroom, you know, at the very top right here. Watch out now. And I mean, very nicely decorated and designed. I think Simple Forms did this. Richie Donald, we went to school together, and I know he has his own print shop and what have you, somewhere on Rogers Avenue. So if you're looking for any kind of a printing work to be done, check him out. His son, Farrell Donald, is an attorney. You know, he's in Rosedale someplace. You know, check him out. And anytime I mention Farrell, I always have to mention Kathleen Williams, because she's the one who turned me on to this Grenadian attorney in New York. Imagine that. Along with myself, there were several other honorees, including Council Member Jumani Williams of the 45th District in Brooklyn. This young lady here, Margaret Williams, who is a daycare, she has a daycare of her own, and she's providing daycare service. Along with her was Mr. Rudolph Cyrus Charles. I mean, every organization in New York give this guy an award, I tell you. And myself, of course. And did I miss anybody else? There's somebody else I missed. I might miss somebody. No, I didn't? Okay, good. And I don't want to leave out anybody. And through this organization, I discovered or rediscovered a restaurant that we had in Brooklyn for the longest while, Steve & Sons. Steve & Sons Bakery and Restaurant. Well, they used to be on Linden and Church, and he moved or he disappeared. And then all of a sudden, at this event, I saw his ad in the journal, and he's now Steph's Cake Shop and Restaurant and Catering, and he's at 1392 Rockaway Parkway in Brooklyn, home of the Vegetarian Party. So for those of you looking for Grenadian cuisine, check out Steph's Cake Shop, Restaurant and Bakery. Brookville Park Tennis Club. Brookville Park Tennis Club is having, well, they have a Wednesday. Every Wednesday evening, you can go to Brookville Park and hook up with the tennis club there from 6:30 to 8:30. There is what is called a nominal fee that they ask for, like administrative, just to cover administrative costs and what have you. But you're going to get some extremely expert coaching and advice. And it's a good time to get out in this outside. We had a terrible winter. Now is a good time to go in there and bat some tennis balls around, bang it back and forth, release some tension. Rather than go home and beat your wife, bat the tennis ball and release some energy, just like that, and get love. You even get in love in tennis. Look out now. All right. Call Eric. Eric Ambrose is the president over there. Call him 347-444-6849. 347-444-6849. That's the Brookville Park Tennis Club in Rosedale. All right? Moving right along here. Okay, yes. Langston Hughes Community Library and Cultural Center. They have their Family Day coming up in June 6th, and this will be at PS 127. Again, this is a fun day for the entire family. Children, they got games outdoors, outside. I mean, it's the beginning of the summer, June, we're starting to warm up. Please get yourself acquainted with Family Day, Langston Hughes. You could also call 718-651-1100 for additional information. I know everybody looking for a job nowadays. Let me just say this, Queen's Library is hiring. Go to queenslibrary.org, and look up on the website, go to careers, and see if you qualify for those jobs that they have listed. Just as a side note, I know my teleprompter people is mad at me for doing that, but anyway, Council for Airport Opportunities, if they also are looking for people, so if you want to get a job working at the airport, they ask you to bring credentials with you. When you come, they do this intake every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 9 to 12:30. 9 to 12:30 every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. And they want you to make sure you have a Social Security card, not laminated, okay? A New York State driver's license or non-driver's ID or a learner's permit, right? You must have a high school diploma, because different jobs, different levels. They ain't asking you to fly no plane because you ain't got no pilot license. So, you ain't going to be going to no Council for Airport Opportunity to fly the plane. So those of you who are pilots, that's not for you. Those are you who, trying to get an entry into there. That's who we're talking about. So high school diploma or a GED. You are a U.S. citizen. You need to have a birth certificate or a U.S. passport if you're a U.S. Citizen. Non-citizens need green card or a work authorization card or a passport not about to expire. That's what the note says here. Naturalized citizen needs your citizenship certificate and a U.S. passport. Names must match on all documents. All your documents supposed to have the same name. So if they're calling you Bubba, and Bubba is not on your passport, then don't go in there and write Bubba on the page, because then, they don't know who you are. Don't come up with the nicknames and stuff, right? And you must have a current resume saying of the things that you have done, etc., etc. The documents documents with less than 6 months till expiration dates are not accepted. Must complete a 10-year work/school history, to fill that out. You must pass a fingerprinting and drug test, because you're on the plane, and nowadays, high security, right? Must speak, read, and write English fluently. So, and that now you could be speaking it with an accent, but at least you understand it and you could write it fluently. There's a website, www.caony.com, for more information. www.caony.com for more information. Now, that's the Council for Airport Opportunities. Okay, we got that passed. Now we have some very sad things happened to us around us recently, and I'm sure you're aware of the volcanic eruption, earthquake, and when that comes, it's tidal wave and all those kind of things, depending on where it is. Okay, so my friend, who I have to acknowledge, now those of you could catch us in the live stream, and it's 4 o'clock this morning. I'm up trying to make this thing work, and Shiv, I call Shiv, he's the master of all those kind of stuff like that. And Shiv is also, he has a prep mate for those of you whose children have hard head and can learn. Call up Shiv, and he could hook you up in terms of tutoring and helping your child pass those strange exams that they have coming through. Anyway, he is asking all of us to extend some special prayer for the victims of the earthquake in Nepal. And thus the Hindu Temple Community Center has planned a prayer vigil here in Flushing at the intersection of Brown Street and Holly Avenue on Saturday, May 16th at 3 p.m. Come out to offer prayers of remembrance for the victims and the families, as well as to those who are providing the service, those who are helping those in need of help. They also need the prayers. So make a date. Try to make it. It's a Saturday, 3 p.m., May 16th. The Hindu Temple Community Center, 14309 Holly Avenue in Flushing, at the intersection of Brown Street and Holly Avenue. That's near the Flushing Hospital. Okay, May 16th, 3 p.m. Also, the Hindu Temple Society of North India presents an International Yoga Day on Sunday, June 21st, from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Hindu Temple in Flushing. Again, 14309 Holly Avenue. Yoga, demons, and demos? Demons or demons? Okay, demos, all right. Yoga demos, stretching and learning to hold poses and hold your breath and control your breathing, things like that. Meditation, which is very good for you. Help the blood circulation go in the right places. For those of you men who having prostate problems, it's a very good thing to learn yoga. So then you learn to release certain endorphins. I nearly bite my tongue when I said that one. Anyhow, so the International Yoga Day will be on June 21st. June 21st, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Hindu Temple in Flushing. The admission is free. All are welcome. www.621yogaday.com. www.621yogaday.com. General elections, Guyana voted in the general elections today. Today, as we speak, the elections have been described by police as steady and peaceful. Incumbent President Donald Ramotar of the People's Progressive Party PPP Civic is running against David Granger, representing the 5-party opposition coalition. So far, I think the numbers they're still counting. In Guyana, there are plenty of people. And then they had to run the bubble. They had to count and recount, They're like Florida. Those of you who are from Guyana, you know your country. I have to tell you that. Anyhow, they are they're in the counting process right now, and may the best counter win, I guess. Anyhow, that's it for the announcement for now. You could go to Caribbean Classroom. I do have some things that I post there from time to time as things come up. As we get it, hopefully I'm going to bring it to you maybe by next month, but the time I do another live broadcast, we would know who the winner is in this election. But there's a lot of controversy. Guyana is like Grenada. We always have controversy. Anyhow, tonight is not about Guyana. It's not about elections. It's not about corrupt politicians. It's about money. So call a friend, call somebody, call up somebody and say to them, we're doing business, we're talking financial literacy, we're talking about what you don't know could cost you. That's how I call the program. What you don't know could cost you. Tonight I have with me two very knowledgeable people, young man from Belize, no, not Belize, Costa Rica. I always confuse the two. And they're not the same place. They're in the same part of the world, but they're not the same place. Right. And he's from Costa Rica. Beautiful, handsome young man. I don't know how he ended up with this beautiful, handsome, attractive Grenadian woman, but I mean, you know, charm is charm. I guess he worked the charm on her and she couldn't resist. Anyhow, Ronsay Barker is here. Welcome to Caribbean Classroom.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely. And next to him is this charming, beautiful lady. And by full disclosure, I found out that her mother and I went to school at around the same time. Her father and I sat on the same bench in school and created the same kind of problems for teachers in SAS. And so Esther Charles is here. Welcome to Caribbean Classroom.
Thank you. Thank
Indeed.
you. Thank you.
So tonight we want to talk this financial literacy thing. Off the bat, 401k, 529, all of these different saving tricks that they have us believing that we're saving money. And I call it tricks because I don't know much about it. And so to me, it's Greek you're talking when you start talking that language. Because I mean, the way that we were raised, a lot of us were raised, we were not raised in money and how to manage money and how to handle money. So we see $500 and we think we have plenty of money.
Oh my. 500?
Yes.
Oh,
For some of us, it's a lot of money.
I see.
God, boy, I just got a check, $500. Wow. I got, we're drinking tonight.
This is wrong time. That's the wrong time.
That's the wrong time.
Yeah, maybe 30, 40 years ago, $500 is not much today.
I agree. But
Yes.
for some of us, it's a lot. How do you know, or how can one find out, okay, you go to the job, you get a job, and they tell you, well, we have this plan, we have that plan. We have this financial plan for you. It's a financial package.
If you're lucky.
And with a 401k. Break that down for me, please.
Oh, well, 401ks are just a retirement plan.
Retirement plan.
It's been
Save for the future.
to save for the future, for when you stop working. And it's been around for about 30 years, only 30 years. And it's a sort of like a replacement for your pension.
So, but this is your money.
Pretty much your money.
Okay.
Some employers actually match you between 3 to
Michelle,
5%.
you cannot talk while you're on the camera. Sorry.
Okay, between 3 and 5%, they match you. Some of them do and some of them don't. So it's pretty much all of your money is going in there. This is a replacement of the normal pension that we used to have before. Remember, you work for the company
Work for the post office.
for
and you have a
30
pension.
years. Yeah, you have a pension, and they take care of you for the rest of your life. That's what it used to be. Turns out it's too expensive for employers to give people pensions, so they have people invest their own money. Instead of the employer investing for you, you invest for yourself.
Okay, that's the so I know you cannot touch that 401k until you leave work.
Until you retire. Well, let me be more specific. Until you reach 59 and a half. There are some provisions before 59 and a half if you're disabled or, something like that. But other than disability or maybe divorce or something.
But purchasing your first home.
Or purchasing your first home, you get to take out about $10,000 for that, for purchasing your first home without penalty.
But that is if you took advantage of the offer when you started the job. If the employer said to you, here's a package that a financial package.
Right.
But if you didn't sign up for that,
Well, if you didn't have it, if you didn't sign up for it, you don't have anything.
so okay, would you advise, Mr. Ronsay, are you here?
I'm here.
Okay. Would you advise the new employee to take advantage of that package?
I would say if the employer is matching you and how much is he matching you, and if it does make sense in the long run, yes, because it would accumulate to taking care of your tax liability whenever you're going to withdraw the money.
Okay, you're throwing words at me now, tax liability. What is that?
Whenever you save in these plans, you're not taxed immediately. They have these tax deferred accounts. So deferred just means that you're not going to get paid now. You're not going to get charged the taxes now. You're going to pay the taxes later when you're ready to withdraw the money. So if your employer is matching you, more than likely the money that he's contributing to your plan is going to go in taxes. So if he's contributing, yes, but if you're taking the full blunt of it, I wouldn't recommend you to look for other alternatives.
So I'm on this job interview.
Yep.
New job, right? Getting a promotion, and they're telling me, well, listen, this is a good opportunity to save. We have a 501k, a 401k plan, right? There's no 501, right?
No.
Nope.
no,
Okay, there's a 401k plan. I don't know the company number anyhow, and so this is a good way for you to save. So now I should be asking, how much do you match, or are you matching it?
Are you
Yes.
matching?
Are you matching?
Yes.
And then what is a good match?
Well, you want them to match as much as possible. There are some employers who match up to 7%. So you put 7%, they put 7%. But the average employer these days are doing about 3%. And that's if you're lucky. There are many of them who are not matching at all. So let me just explain to you how the 401k works in real terms. When you put your money in there, it's sort of like putting your money in jail. It's locked away from you until you're 59 and a half.
Now, what is happening to that money while it's locked away
Well,
from
while
you?
it's locked away, it's in the market. So it goes up and down with the market. So the market goes up and down. For example, in 2001, we had a market crash. Market went down about 49%. So if you had money in your 401k then, you lost 49% of your money.
So wait a second. But that money is not you're not investing that money.
No, it's their fund managers, or it's passively managed. So it's with an account holder that is managing the money, but it's not really, they're not really looking to see when the market is going up and down to move your money in and out.
So okay, take me to the next level now. Would you advise me to do that kind of a saving, if I could call it that one? Is it a saving?
It's a savings, yes, but it's more of like an investment. And with every investment, there's risk.
Okay.
The 401k, and when you go in, when you fill out, they tell you, are you what's your risk tolerance? Medium, low, high, medium, high? Or
I don't know.
But you don't know. But when you sit down, the average person who sits down doesn't know what these things mean.
Right.
So everybody just puts medium, right? They're not too high or too low. They want returns. Some people put high. The higher risk you put, the more risk your money is in the market. So if you can make 100% return in the market, you could also lose 100% return. So
this is when people jump out windows and stuff like that.
this is what happened in 2008 when the market crashed about 38%.
Oh my God, my 501k.
So there are a lot of people who lost a lot of money.
Right.
So then you have people who are now scared. So when the market crashes, a lot of people just jump out.
Yeah.
They don't get involved anymore. They said, oh, well, I need to put my money in fixed accounts.
Fixed account.
Right.
Take me down fixed account road, because fixed account for me is the old passbook, saving passbook.
With your 401k, you can actually put it in a fixed strategy where you'd get about maybe 3%, which is pretty much just keeping up with inflation. So it's really, your money's really not growing.
It's not working.
It's not really working for you.
Okay. When is because a lot we had to cover tonight, right? So we had to scratch the surface here, and then people, those of you who have the interest, come on back, and we're gonna give numbers and so forth. As a matter of fact, tell them the number now that they might want to call you and make appointments with you and so on.
Absolutely. My number is 516-362-7619.
Say it again.
516-362-7619.
Okay. So now, IRA, who is that?
That's actually, it's under a code called IRC 408. 408.
IRC 408.
Internal Revenue Code 408. See,
That sounds like somebody trying to rob me.
well, many people have complained about that, but it's also another retirement account. It's an individual retirement account.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So it's like a 401k, but it's an individual one. The 401k is usually a group plan at your job. The IRA, you can do an individual plan for yourself. So you can go to your bank and just set up an IRA.
Touch on the passbook. I just mentioned it in passing just now. Touch on the passbook, the old-fashioned way of saving in the bank.
That is not around anymore, mostly for just older people.
But older people watch the show too.
Well,
They want to know what am I doing with this passbook?
well, the money that you put in there, I mean,
You just sit there.
it just sits there. I mean, the average bank account these days is giving you what, 0.03%.
Okay.
The bank that gives you the highest is like 0.65. I believe it's Apple Bank that gives you 0.65%.
Okay.
You have to have $25,000 on deposit for you to get that 0.65%.
25,000.
Yes.
So the passbook we should.
It's not that we should do anything. It's just not existent. We have the debit cards now.
So the debit card replaces the passbook.
That's right.
But is there any gain with the debit card?
It's not a savings vehicle. It's just like your checking account. It's just a place for you to
Store your money.
put the money while you're going to be spending it. But for a long-term saving strategy or investing strategy, not recommended because of the rate of return that you're receiving.
And okay, and this is what I'm trying to get, because there are viewers who are watching this and is saying, well, I have money on my card. I have my card. I could, I have $50,000, $100,000, $500, and they know nothing of investment. Okay,
Right.
and that's one of the reasons why I'm doing the show, because I knew coming into the show, I knew nothing about investment.
You know
Nothing.
the names of the accounts.
And yeah, well, of course. I mean, I read. and I listen to the radio.
There you
Right.
go.
But I mean,
right.
when I look at MSNBC and all them letters going across the screen,
There you
I don't
go.
know what they mean.
The average American doesn't.
Right.
The average person
So this
doesn't.
is where you are. This is where you come in.
Oh, well.
School us. This is the classroom. Tonight is the classroom.
Right.
Tonight
Excellent.
is the classroom, Grace. Talk to me. Okay,
Well-
go ahead.
Well, right now, most companies have moved away, like I said before, from the pensions. And I'll tell you why. It's very important that you understand why we no longer have pensions. Or only if you work for like the city or the state or the government that you'd have a pension. And it's not like the same pension the grandmother had. It's like sort of like a half a pension. They give you like half of it, and then they're introduced to you a 401k or IRA or 457. All of these are tax codes, by the way. Those numbers mean tax codes, how the money is treated.
You mean how the government going to take theirs?
Well, how they allow you to save.
Oh. Listen, a bamboo nut and a good mattress. You can't go wrong with that.
Well, that's similar with putting the money in the bank. The good mattress.
Well, I mean, but it's there.
Well, the bank is there too.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Well, it's kind of a there because.
No, it's there.
there.
It's there.
But then you're not because
You're insured. You're FDIC insured in a
FDIC
bank.
That's probably the only, and we had to go talk about insurance, eh?
Yes.
Okay, watch me. There's a lot that I want us to cover.
Okay.
I have a house,
Yes.
and I bought this house. The last 2 pence I scrape up, and I buy this house. Right?
Yes.
Now, I had to pay tax on the house. I had to have insurance on the house. I had to have water tax, water rate, dock rate, sidewalk rate, curb rate, all those rates on them that I didn't know existed before I bought the house.
Correct.
Now, school me as to how the best way to proceed, or what I should know before, for those who are looking to buy a house, the best way to proceed to not get caught down the road.
The first thing you want to do before you go to buy a house is sit down with a financial advisor. And you want also sit down with your mortgage professional. You want to you give them all your documents, and they're going to go guide you through the process of what kind of house you can afford.